in the process of mixing and mastering a new song from my next album. Not this album, but my next album. Right now, I'm just kind of cutting out extra background noise, any breaths that I have, just open space, um, getting rid of the space. I like to do that because it makes the vocals sound a lot more crisp and clear. Um, that was the hook for the new song. This is the verse, so I go through and do the same thing for the verses. Take out any unwanted breaths, any extra silences. You can see there's small breaths right here. I try to zoom in and get all those breaths cleaned up. Just because I don't prefer a lot of natural breath on my records. Sometimes I'll leave them if it's like a super emotional record, just so you can feel like the intensity and whatnot from the song. But for the most part, I take all that out. Kind of clean up this audio. Leave some of the tail end of the vocal, just for like my reverb and delay effects, stuff like that. But mainly this part of mixing, I'm just looking to clear the empty spaces out. But I also zoom in to make sure I don't clip off the tail end of the vocal. Sometimes I accidentally clip off the tail end of my vocal. The last like syllable tends to linger a little bit behind. So I like to clean all that up as well. Some of the empty spaces, like right in here, it's literally just dead silent. I'll probably just leave that. I won't clip that too much. And then it looks like we have a huge breath right here at the end. Definitely gonna take that out because it probably sounds like I'm gasping or something. So definitely clipping that out of the vocal. And then take off this this background noise at the end, and go back into the second hook here. Clear up all the background noise and the breaths here. Try to do this relatively quick, and where you guys can kind of see what I'm doing, get a feel for my process. As you can see, there's like a little silence there, but it's literally nothing but dead noise. So I'm gonna leave that. Gonna take that noise out. All those there. This is kind of the boring, repetitive part of mixing and mastering. This is just making sure everything sounds crisp and clear. Kind of taking out just anything unwanted. Really, I accidentally deleted the whole vocal there. You see, I had to put it back. We'll move over a little bit, get all this background noise out. We got that. Looks like there's like a little hair right there that I want gone. So I'm just gonna clip that. There we go. That's pure vocal now. Zoom back out. Alright, now we're on to the second verse. The second verse is pretty clean for the most part. Got a couple little breaths here and there, but nothing major like the first verse. I'll make sure we don't accidentally take out the vocal there. Pretty good. That's part of the vocal, so definitely gotta zoom in right there. Get that individual breath. Clip that out. Background noise. I might have tapped the mic stand or something right there. I'm not sure what that is. But gonna clip that out too. But we don't want to clip out those vocals, so gonna zoom on that. And that just about takes care of the next verse, I think. No, there's actually some background noise right there. Looks like a breath right there. Got some background noise right here. We're gonna zoom in right here because there's some that's kind of tight close to the vocal. I didn't want to clip the vocal by accident, so I had to zoom in. Get that. Alright, we're about done with this verse, and then we'll get to the plugins and all that stuff, all the fun stuff. This is the boring part. So, but I just want y'all to see what it looks like top to bottom, pretty much. Aside from the recording process, which obviously I've already done. I've recorded this song, finished it. And then we're gonna go in here into the next hook. Sorry, not verse. Gonna go to the next hook. Get all the background noise. From there, there's a really tight space right here. We want to clip that. So we got that. Then some small breaths here. A lot of breaths. Actually, this record's not as bad on the breaths as some of my other records. Some of my other records, when I was still learning like breath control and where to take pauses and stuff like that, were a lot worse. There were a lot more breaths, a lot bigger breaths. So this part was really, really time consuming before. It's actually going relatively quick right now. It just feels long because I have you guys here watching me do it. And then we'll go into the last verse. The last verse looks super easy. All that noise just gets cut out. Background noise. Breath. I'm mixing in Studio One, by the way. It's my preferred DAW. I just like how easy it is to use. It's pretty beginner friendly, I would say. So I got everything done. I'm gonna go down here to mix, just because I like the view of the mix better. You can see right here that right now the record's in the red because it doesn't have any plugins to stop it from clipping. So it is clipping right now. So typically what I do is I group my verses. And my hooks together. I'll have to put you guys down for a second. Okay, so I group my verses together and then I make what they call a bus track. And this is where I put my plugins. I do actually use a preset, and I tweak the preset to fit my voice. So go ahead and load up that preset real quick. So I load that preset onto the bus track. I have to wait for it to load. It's taking forever in the day. Sometimes when you put new plugins, it takes a while. For my voice, I like to use it's called Cole World preset. So I just type in Cole, and then I use the lead vox, and then I tweak it to how I see fit for my voice. This is the verses, so I'm just gonna listen to the verses and see what it needs. So actually, the preset sounds pretty good, but I do like to kind of tweak and cut some of these lower mids. I like to expand, so I'm cutting out more of the frequencies, and then I like to move it over to cut out some of the unwanted frequencies. I don't really have to tweak this too much because it already sounds pretty good, which is unusual. And then I just tweak the compression a little bit because I like to have a little punch to my voice. And then I just listen to that and see if I need to add anything. I sometimes like to add delay, like when I do the hooks. I'll show you guys. So now I'm gonna group my 3 hook tracks. I'm gonna group those in a bus as well. I'm gonna use the same preset, except I'm probably gonna add some delay and reverb. So again, I use the Cole preset for my voice. But for this particular example, I'm gonna add some delay. I use H delay. You can see right here, H delay. And then I turn the delay down. I only like a little bit of delay. I don't like a whole lot of feedback. I like just enough where you can tell it has some delay on it. And then just a little feedback. And you can see that the levels are still peaking. So what I like to do here is I like to go ahead and throw on a master preset. For the master preset, I like the Divine next level mastering. So we just load that in, and then you can see we'll replay the track, and it's no longer clipping, and it sounds really good and cohesive, glued together. And that's how I mix and master a track in 15 minutes.